Good afternoon. It is wonderful to see this large group of people having such a good time and celebrating together, and so many wonderful people here and events going on and activities, jazz. It's just great to see everybody here. I have the pleasure of wanting to honor the Chief Executive Officer, the President of Beech Corporation, who, as you've just heard, along with his colleagues, and many of you know some of the people here at Beech, Christine Brown, I think many of you know, who's been so important in arranging this event. But I want to talk especially about Ken Scott. Ken has been at the Beech Corporation for, yes indeed, very good-looking gentleman over here in the blue shirt. Ken has been at Beech now for 20 years, and he has been the chief person at Beech for the last 10 years. And he has spearheaded the efforts to revitalize and develop this area of North Philadelphia in terms of affordable housing, bringing in commerce and business, in working with the community and Temple, the relationships between the community and Temple, working with the Cecil B. Moore Consortium, which is all of the community service groups in this area. And in addition, Ken's services and his contribution go beyond North Central Philadelphia. He has been a spark plug for the work that is now going on the Broad Street North Corridor. And as I drove down here today, I can see the work taking place. You can see it as you look out here right now. And this is all in large part due to what he has done. And he is now very active, as some of you may have read, in the work that's going on in the city to convert vacant lots into development. The International House, which is 3 blocks up Cecil Moore Avenue, is very largely his doing. He's bringing together city agencies and banks and private institutions to accomplish really good, solid development for this area of Philadelphia. And more recently, I guess as a test to his youth and vigor, Ken has been active in bringing programs, very high-tech programs from Silicon Valley into North Philadelphia and beginning to set up educational programs to teach in these areas, which I can tell you I know nothing about, but fortunately he does. So we owe so much to Ken and what he has done in the last 20 years. And I have had the privilege of sharing those 20 years with him. It shows much more on me than it does on him. But that has nothing to do with Ken, I can assure you. It just has to do with my age. But it has been a great pleasure and a personal privilege to work with him and the people at Beech. I have with me a proclamation of City Council. City Council and Darrell Clark honoring Ken, and I'd like to read at least a part of it to you if I can. It says, City Council of Philadelphia is pleased and proud to join the Beech companies in honoring their president, Kenneth Scott, for 20 years of dedicated service to the Cecil B. Moore community of North Central Philadelphia and the greater Philadelphia area. Whereas committed to the revitalization of North Central Philadelphia's Cecil B. Moore community, Mr. Scott joined the Beech family 20 years ago and currently serves as the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Beech Companies. And whereas, building on Beech's original grant-making mission to support community services and area residents in need, Mr. Scott led Beech Companies to expand its services to include community empowerment and revitalization, the promotion of entrepreneurship and home ownership and advocacy, The Beech companies accomplish these objectives through 4 organizations: Beech Interplex, Inc., Beech Business Bank, Beech Community Services, and the Alston Beech Foundation. Whereas, under Mr. Scott's leadership, Beech companies created and sustained vast business, education, and housing opportunities for residents throughout north central Philadelphia, including the construction of 1,000 low and moderate income housing units. In addition, Beech has leveraged over $1 billion for economic development and is a certified development financial institution of the U.S. Department of the Treasury. Whereas Mr. Scott has promoted a model of community building through collaboration, working closely with community groups, public agencies and private companies to enhance the quality of life for the residents of the Cecil B. Moore community. As a convener, a catalyst, advocate, and public liaison, Mr. Scott has empowered residents to see the great value and potential of their neighborhood. And whereas Mr. Scott is respected locally and nationally as a genuine leader and as an expert on community and economic development, public policy, urban affairs, and political enterprise. And the citation goes on, and I'm not going to read all of it right now, but I do want to say, to summarize, for all of us who have worked with Ken Scott on all these projects over the last 20 years, we know that he is universally respected, admired, and loved. In the words of the last jazz we just heard, or one of the last numbers, and loved. And he has a unequaled reputation in this city and beyond. It is a great pleasure to be able to participate in this honoring of Ken. And I ask all of you to join with me in applauding Ken and all that he has accomplished, and I thank you for your attention. Hey, you get a hug.
Oh, man. Oh, go. Thank you, man. It's so surprising. What the hell did you say? I thought it was Okay, I'm really surprised. You know, they didn't tell me any of this. And I'm like also thinking, say, wait, I'm sure you're thinking, they stopped the music for that? So, but thank you, everybody. You know, we're here to serve a mission, revitalizing North Central Philadelphia. This is the kickoff of our 25th anniversary. So look for a lot of other Beech Community Services events throughout the year. Next year, this will be even bigger and better. So, but this year, I mean, is everybody having a good time? All right, that's what we're here for today. So enjoy that. If you have young children you don't know, we have a kids zone set up also. It's free popcorn and cotton candy down there with the rock climbing and all the other things. So, but you know, I don't want to hold the music up. So again, thanks everyone for coming out and have a great time. Take care.
All right, Ken Scott is a very quiet man. He doesn't like being in the limelight and everything, but can we give him another round of applause because he works tirelessly to make all of this happen. And so we just have to acknowledge 20 years. He doesn't look like he would have been in the game 20 years, but he has been. And so